is only exploitation. And I tell you, if we can only know or identify what we have, the species, the different crops we have, which no any country has it, it helps us to realize what we even have in the country.
There is a tale about a dogged ant that carried food on its tiny back day and night. It did this throughout the summertime, carrying and storing up food in an anthill where it lived. The ant did this because it knew how important it was to not just produce food, but to store and preserve food. Now, this documentary might not be about an ant, but it is definitely about food production, manufacturing, storage and preservation.
Treasures are in dirty places. I discovered that food cultivation, particularly in the value chain of Nigerian food cultivation, is a whole lot of untapped wealth, but lots of people don't know. It's a gold mine, and that's why when I say dirty places, where do you find gold? Dirty places, where do you find crude oil? Dirty places, so diamonds, dirty places. And so, truth of the matter is that while we are looking up, the things that can sustain us down, they are all there under the ground.
We kept advocating that we should promote our own produce. And guess what? You will see, go to our supermarket, you will now make a good judgment of what I'm saying. You will see ginger from Taiwan. Where are they farming Are they farming ginger there? It's the same Nigerian ginger they will take, and no country, make your findings, no country will make the best of its production and think of African market. No. It's the residue or flavor of your own product that they will bring back, which they regard as a waste. Now just give it a good touch and bring it back to us, and we'll now be all screaming on it, grabbing it. When you chop those things, you'll be ready to go back to foreign land to treat yourself. If you eat the genuine one, that you know the source, you know the farmer, you will stay peacefully and will treat you here. You don't need to go out there, and you will never even get sick. So bring in all these things. I can show you dry mangoes. Dry mango where? In Nigeria, we have different species, almost 20 different species of mangoes, but you see dry mangoes coming into this country. All these things cannot come into this country without putting preservatives, and those preservatives, they have a background of some acidic form, and when you eat them that put it there, you have to go back to their country for them to treat you.
Agriculture can be a major contributor to the economy in Nigeria if only the agricultural sector in Nigeria can be better invested in. Nigeria is referred to as the breadbasket of Africa because Nigeria has a landmass of about 84 million hectares of arable land. This is a larger percentage compared to other African countries. Nigeria has 33% arable land, Morocco has 19%, Cameroon 13%, South Africa 12%, Ethiopia 10%, Cote d'Ivoire 10%, and Kenya 8%. Despite the potential to be the actual breadbasket of Africa, Nigeria still spends billions of dollars on food importation. According to data from the Nigerian National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria spent about $2.9 billion in 2017, and this later rose to $4.1 billion.
I love what government did by banning most of those commodities, particularly those of them that we can produce here in the country. I'll give you an example from potato. We are the 4th largest producer of potato in sub-Saharan Africa. We are the 6th largest of it in Africa. That is just, we are using, we haven't even gone mechanized. We are using the traditional tools of hoes and diggers and all whatnot to farm, yet we are the 4th largest. And that sweet potato is an industrial product that you can use. They use it to do toothpaste. They use it to do drug encapsulation, the whitest aspect of the drug that you take. They use it in doing painting, they use it in doing adhesive, they use it in producing ethanol. There's about 25 industrial components that you can use sweet potato to do. But it's being wasted. At least since 2015 up to now, We have seen, you know, us producing almost about 7 million metric tons of rice. Although the CBI said it's 9 million metric tons, but we need 7 million to feed ourselves. Although there's still controversy on the statistic because some school of thought say we are producing 5.4 million metric tons and then importing 2 million metric tons from Thailand.
It is Nigerian honeybees that pollinate multiple flowers and give you one result. And that one result makes it the best. But what kind of honey do we have apart from the Nigerian one we are privileged to have? Those ones that are cloned to specific flower and gives you one result, and that result, check any foreign honey when you step out of this place. You will see clearly added sugar, the percentage of sugar added to it. But tell me here, do we add sugar? You don't need sugar to be added to that. We are privileged to all these things. And the color they are making fun of us is the uniqueness of multiple bush, wild collection. It's not guided. You get the nature out of it. Come on, we should ask for premium for all this.
But since Nigeria is blessed in premium rich agricultural products and a good land and of course the manpower, why is it that indigenous farmers and food producers and manufacturers in Nigeria cannot meet up with the demand and supply of food products in Nigeria and even possibly exporting to other nations of the world?
The security situation of the country has made things difficult for we farmers. So you have crops, sometimes you farm, and then it's time for you to harvest, you can't go in, or when at the right time you can't go in to farm because of the security situation out there is not favorable. You may lose your life or lose all your money. And then on the other side, which is funding, you know, there are a lot of programs the federal government has put in place, but there is a bridge which farmers from other areas cannot reach. Getting a good tractor starts from about 16, 15 million, and so on and so forth. How many farmers can afford that?
If the government wants more actors in the market, they have to put incentives together to make it attractive for more people to come into local production, because we cannot be self-sufficient if we don't have more people in production. I don't have to wait for 5 months to process a loan from a government bank, you know, and first I have to fill out the forms, go for trainings, do all of these things, and after trainings, 2 years down the line, you've still not accessed the credit. So the government needs to be focused. Give Bank of Agriculture the power and the capacity to actually be Bank of Agriculture. Anybody that is into agro-processing, they've no business going to the commercial bank to try to take a facility. The Bank of Agriculture is there.
We know the season of every produce, right? The government agency can come in there. During those seasons, government should buy them at a good price, preserve them, and keep them ready for export. We will fix it. If we can identify all this, it's just a matter of time. We will get there and we'll get the market. And I tell you, that's why I really support blocking all things, putting bans on all these things.